Carlos Sainz took a sensational pole position for the Mexico City Grand Prix by beating title protagonist Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Sainz took his first pole for over a year with 2 laps that were good enough for pole, as Verstappen rescued his qualifying after his first lap in Q3 was deleted for track limits. The Dutchman was 0.225 down on Sainz, but was relieved to start ahead of Norris, who was 57 points behind him in the Drivers' Championship. McLaren remains qualifying as favourites, but Norris was unable to find more pace when it mattered most, and will hope to get the jump onto Verstappen in the long run down to turn 1. Leclerc was left frustrated for after a poor final lap as the track evolved, so we'll start in 4th ahead of the Mercedes pair George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. A dramatic qualifying from the start to finish also saw home hero Sergio Perez knocked out in Q1 along with McLaren's Oscar Piastri, so they will have a huge task ahead of them in the Grand Prix tomorrow. But Ferrari looked strong throughout Friday practice. McLaren had a 1-2 in final practice ahead of qualifying, but similarly to last year, in Mexico, Ferrari were quick and the track evolved and conditions slightly cooled, which made Sainz allow him to make the most of Q3, whilst Tsunoda's crash at the end of Q2 delayed it. The Spanish driver who's leaving Ferrari to join Williams next year was originally quicker than Verstappen after the first Q3 runs and went even faster to cement his second run. However, there was drama for Verstappen when his lap time was deleted in Q3 for cutting turn 2, which left him under huge pressure. He showed why he's won 3 titles though, with a superb lap to improve on his lead effort, and crucially kept the car within track limits to beat Norris just by under a tenth to get onto the front row. Norris had a poor Q3 effort, but will recover to third and will should be used to benefit of the slipstream effect down to turn 1. Not overall the title contenders get close to Sainz though, who took his first pole in over a year. Very happy and a great couple of laps. A lot of times around Mexico you always have the feeling like you cannot put laps together, and it's extremely difficult with how much time there is to Sainz. But honestly, my 2 laps in Q3 were pretty much identical, almost perfect. I just put 2 really solid laps in Q3 enough for pole. I'm very happy because that's not normally the case around Mexico with how tricky it is. Leclerc had some messy laps in the final part of qualifying. They had to settle for 4th, but Ferrari still have an opportunity to get into the 48-point deficit to McLaren's Constructors' Championship leaders. Piastri and Perez were both eliminated in Q3. Russell qualified 5th in his undeveloped Mercedes, following a big crash in FP2. The British driver was on the Miami spec, but still managed to out-qualify Hamilton, who has a newer flaw in his car, who made an error the last lap of qualifying. But Perez has been a driver under pressure after admitting he's had a terrible season, and the home crowd expects him to perform, but it all went wrong after the first part of qualifying when all 3 of his laps were slightly uncompetitive and led to a 5th Q1 elimination this year. The Mexican visibly didn't have the confidence to attack the corners, so we'll start down in 18th behind Piastri, who caused the error. Very difficult to start the car. I just couldn't get on top of it. It was what Perez said the issue was. I couldn't start the car enough, and I was just putting too much energy into the tyres braking. That was the main issue for me. It was very similar to the rest of the weekend. I just cannot start the car, and I'm struggling a lot with that part of the phrase going into low speed. It's a bit similar to Austin, where I just cannot attack the cars and the braking, and here you have a lot of that. On Sunday it's very important to maximise the day. If we're able to score some points, it will be tremendous, but it's going to be difficult from the position we're in. Piastri had a lock up on turn 4 in his first run, leading to a time deleted. However, that lap still would not have been good enough to reach Q2, but the mistake lost him around 1 second in lap time. Now Noel to suffer rather. Piastri didn't have the tyre life to get out of the bottom 5 minutes. Highly unlikely he'll be able to help Norris tomorrow. And that's obviously going to be a big blow for McLaren, with Ferrari pursuing them in the constructors too. Before I go, let me run you through the classification from the session. Sainz on pole, yeah, great job from him. I think really showing how much of a big miss he's going to be for Ferrari next year. Because he's well ahead of Leclerc. Dominant. Verstappen will be pleased to start him with Norris, but I don't think Norris will be too disheartened with P3. Obviously a good place to start with a long run down to turn 1. Leclerc's still in the mix as well, so that's good for him. And then you've got Russell and Hamilton, who I think will probably be slightly probably pleased with that one, probably best way I could hope for, but probably a bit weird that such an old car has out-qualified a new car. So yeah, Magnussen impressing once again, really putting on a strong performance since he found out his job wasn't going to be kept next year. Albon, Gasly as well, so around Albon. Hulkenberg, probably would like to be a bit higher where Magnussen is, but still can work from there, definitely. And then you've got the RBs who are close to the points. I think they'll be optimistic about getting into the points. It'll be a tough one though, but the Aston Martin once again struggling. Valtteri Bottas did a really good job in that awful kit car to get out of Q1. Colapinto, a bit off it today. He'll be frustrated, but obviously he's going to have these days noticeably. Piastri and Perez, obviously Perez home race, yeah, it's happened again. So bad for Piastri. Obviously, a big blow for him in the constructors' championship as well. And then Ocon just not really having the pace for his teammate anywhere near today. Similar story for Zhou Guan Yu. So yeah, they'll be left asking questions.
Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme, and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.